It's me, Katie-Beth again. And today's episode could easily be labeled episode 1 of Katie-Beth's Misadventures in the Kitchen. However, it was not a complete fail. The cupcakes were still edible. A little backstory. One day while I was at work last week, I was thinking about soda cupcakes and how you really just need a can of Coke and a package of cupcake mix, cake mix, and you mix them up and they turn out great. And what I was thinking was, if I used strawberry soda with strawberry cupcakes, they would turn out even better because it's double strawberry and it sounded like a really good mix. So when I got back to the office, I talked to some of my coworkers about it and they were like, great idea, you should try that. Probably for some free cupcakes. And so that night, or the next day, I went home and I made some soda cupcakes using strawberry soda and strawberry cake mix, and here's how that went. So first I gathered my ingredients, then I grabbed the chocolate mix, poured it in a bowl. Came out a little funny, but it still came out of there. And then I put the strawberry one in a bowl. So I have the two mixes going right now. I grabbed the soda. While I was at the store, I checked how much soda is in a can of soda. It was just cheaper to use the actual bottle. So a can of soda is about 12 ounces. So I poured in the first bowl, the strawberry mix, and now I get stirring. It would have been a lot quicker if I had just used an electric mixer, but I didn't feel like dirtying more dishes, so I did it all by hand with the spoon. So now I start filling up the cupcake cups. And when that's done, I move on to the chocolate mix. So again, I measure out 12 ounces of soda, and then I pour it right in. And then I get right back to the stirring. And when that's done, load it on into the cupcake holders. Since I wanted to bake them all at once, I ended up running out of cupcake pans, so I ended up using these little cupcake molds that I had. At first I was just going to spray them with Pam, but then I realized in case they stuck, I didn't want to end up digging them out. So I used these little Valentine's Day cupcake holders. And when those were done, I filled up my extra tins. That's why some of them came out kind of rainbowy. I wanted to try the little mix. Then I put them in the oven and cook them. And while I waited, I poured myself a glass of strawberry soda. It was delicious. These are what the cupcakes look like before I frosted them. I ended up frosting a bunch and taking them to work with me. So while the cupcakes were still edible and my coworkers still ate the cupcakes, and I ate a few also, they weren't quite as good as if you had used a regular can of Coke or 7-Up, or if you just followed the directions on the box like normal people would do. However, I still had an entire batch at home that I didn't want to just throw away, and so the way I fixed that is I made cupcake pops. And this is how I did that. The extras when I got home, I didn't really want to eat them, and so I decided to crumble them up and make cupcake pops. So I'm just crumbling them up to make kind of like a dough to use, but it's just cupcakes crumbled up. In other recipes that I've heard of, you put frosting in them to help them stick, but the cupcakes ended up being really moist. I'm not sure if it's because I undercooked them or just the soda made them really moist, so I didn't really feel like I needed the frosting to crumble them up and help them stick. As you can see, they just kind of stick really well. So I took the crumbles, made little balls of them. I'm not wearing gloves, but these were for my own family's consumption. I wasn't giving them to anyone else. But I recommend if you are making them for other people, maybe wear gloves so your hands aren't just going through all of their food. So I took some frosting, just the store-bought frosting, and I put it in the microwave for a few seconds until it melted enough that I could do this. So it was nice and runny. And then I just take a pop, run it through the frosting, get it nice and covered. And as you can see, it's not completely round, but I was kind of trying to make them in a hurry because I had a 5-year-old that was waiting for them. and I had a ton of stuff to do that day. But it actually was a pretty easy process. If I was making them for a party or any such, again, I'd wear gloves and make the balls a little rounder. So I just roll them around in the sprinkles. In later ones that I made here, I actually ended up sprinkling directly on them and covering the whole ball instead of just the edges from dipping them in the sprinkles. And here's the finished product of my first batch. Not bad for a first try. So with the cupcake pops, they still had a little bit of taste of the not that great cupcakes, but they were smaller, easier bites to eat, and covered in chocolate and sprinkles, which made them better. My 5-year-old loved them. Kayla handled them and graciously ate them and took some home for her family. So I wouldn't recommend using strawberry soda to make your soda cupcakes. It's not completely disgusting, but use a regular can of 7-Up or just follow the directions. So I hope this video was entertaining for you. Please like and subscribe to my channel below. And as always, thanks for watching.